Good afternoon. It is Tuesday. I took Monday and this morning off from training just for my own sanity this week. It's been an intense couple weeks of training, and by this past Sunday, I was just so wiped out. I could barely stand by Sunday. At least not upright. So I took yesterday completely off. And I had an ortho appointment for my ankle. And I got some fairly good news that it wasn't as bad as they thought it was. So that's always great. And I'm cleared to train almost everything. So I'm super pumped about that. But I have been feeling that fatigue kick in. I don't know, something about late August, you just kind of want to relax and hang out and not do as much. There isn't that initial push of I don't know what it is about September. I'm not in typical schooling anymore. I'm in a grad program, which goes year round, but I don't know, there's something about September that I'm just oh, it's a fresh start. And all of that, even with me not being in school anymore. My job does kind of go in a school year versus summer, but I still work all summer. So I don't know what it is, but I'm just in late August, vacation, lay on the beach kind of mood. But I have nationals in 3.5 months, so I unfortunately will not be laying on the beach, reading a book, hanging out this afternoon. I have a set. I'm gonna pull it out of my bag. It is kind of terrible. It's not that bad. It's a lot of yardage. It's almost 4,000 yards in one day. Which if you know me or have seen me before in training, I only do about 2,500. But it's a fairly easy warm-up. There's some drill preset, and then the main set is 2 400s pull on 7 minutes. You're just supposed to make them. We'll see if I need to make that interval faster. And then 3 100s freestyle at 240 best average, which I am all about. I was trying to do, a couple weeks ago I did a practice where we did best average hundreds on 10 seconds, and that they're not best average at that point. It's an endurance set. So, and I like that they have, I'll show you, at the top of the set they have the intensity going from easy, moderate, endurance, threshold, best average, race pace, which do I still understand fully what each of those mean for me? Not yet, but we're getting there. It's really tricky to figure out your different paces. I work as a swim instructor, and I'll do a small group where we're learning different paces, and they find it difficult too. Just starting out competitive swimming, what is your pace for everything? And I can tell you that 20 years into swimming this September, sometimes I still don't know. So I'm gonna go get this set done, and hopefully it'll be good. Tonight I think I'm gonna go try to hit the gym too. If not, I want to do a weights workout, but sometimes if I'm not feeling weights, I accept that I'm not feeling weights and I go do some cardio. And that's fine. So I will let you know how it goes. Good morning. It is Sunday? Friday? It's Friday. And I just got out of morning practice. It's been really an interesting week. So I was just feeling super frustrated and stuck recently. And so I have started, I don't want to say ignoring, but not paying attention to my times in practice, which sounds really counterintuitive, but I was just getting into this mindset of the time's not there, and it had hit a point last week where I felt like it was unhealthy. And so I took a step back and I'm okay, work on the little fine-tuning pieces, the technical aspects of your swimming, and ignore the times. And so it's one of those things where I'm not saying you should never ever pay attention to the times. But for this week, for the sake of my sanity, I just decided that looking at the times was just not helping me. And it was kind of putting me in this bad, unmotivated mindset. So it's been a fun week of not looking at the clock other than to hit the intervals I'm supposed to hit. And I feel a little better going into next week that I can take a deep breath and I can look at the times again and try and hit some faster in practice times. It's been a lot of rewriting that mental self-talk. Because it's just so easy to get into that loop of I'm frustrated, I'm not doing what I think I should be doing, and attaching almost your personality and your self-worth to it. So I felt taking a step back was kind of exactly what I needed. Just not looking at the clock when I come in. So it's been great. So it's been a very positive week since then. I'm planning on going rock climbing later. But first I have work, and I have a busy day ahead of me, so hopefully everything goes well. Hello, it is so late on Friday. I am struggling so hard to summon the willpower to go climbing. I tried taking a nap, tried coffee, I've tried eating, and I am just not feeling it whatsoever today. And I know I need to go because I skipped last Saturday. Last Saturday I was genuinely tired. We worked at a different pool. And the pool we worked at was really, really warm. And if you've ever swam or been an instructor or anything before, teaching for 5 hours in a super hot pool will suck the life out of you. So last week, valid excuse. I was exhausted. But I'm exhausted again this week, and I don't love the pattern of being tired and just being well, I just won't go then. So I am trying to tell myself that I can go for 45 minutes, and I'll just boulder. Normally I like lead climbing, but today, the thought of going lead climbing is just really unappealing to me. I just want to get on the boulders and do short climbs and fall a lot. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll just go do 45 minutes of that. I suspect, so I was super bummed out. I signed up for an adaptive climbing session for like the Labor Day weekend, and I'd really been looking forward to it. Like, that was going to be the highlight of my Labor Day weekend, and it got canceled. And so I think like I'm feeling some type of way about that. So I think I'm just kind of in a bad mindset like when it comes to climbing right now. I was so excited for that clinic. But you know what? It's fine. There are going to be more clinics. Yeah, and the same thing happened last weekend that I was like going to go, but then the sign-ups closed before. So it's just been like 2 Saturdays of like not really wanting to climb because like outside things are happening with my climbing that are like really like super frustrating. And it's so funny because the last 2, like, I climb in the middle of the week too, and like I've been fine at those sessions because there aren't these like outside forces at play in the middle of the week. But I'm going to summon the willpower. I'm gonna try and get some video. So we shall see.